War. A massacre of people who don't know each other for the profit of people who know each other, but don't massacre each other. This exposes the harsh and often hidden truth behind many wars. Ordinary people, soldiers and civilians, are the ones who suffer and die, while the real beneficiaries are those in power who rarely face any personal risk. The people who go to war often have no personal conflict with each other. They're following orders, driven by patriotism, fear, or obligation. Meanwhile, political leaders, corporations, and elites, who may have financial or strategic interests in the conflict, remain safe, far from the battlefield. This can be seen in how wars are often fueled by profit motives, arms sales, control of resources, geopolitical influence, with decisions made in boardrooms and government offices. The ones who decide to go to war usually don't fight in them. The ones who die in them usually don't know why they're really fighting. This is a sobering reminder to question the true cost and purpose of conflict, and to recognize how easily human lives can be exploited when power and profit are valued over peace and humanity. War does not determine who is right, only who is left. War doesn't truly resolve moral questions or determine who was just. It only shows who had more power, resources, or luck to survive. In real life, both sides in a conflict often believe they are right, but war doesn't settle the debate through reason or justice. It settles it through destruction and death. This is a sobering reminder that might does not make right. Winning a war doesn't automatically mean one side was morally superior. It only means they endured or overpowered the other. The real costs, lives lost, families shattered, cities destroyed, are paid by ordinary people, not just by armies or governments. Ultimately, war leaves behind survivors, not clear answers. It's a failure of diplomacy, empathy, and understanding. Instead of proving who was right, it often proves how much was lost. There is no hunting like the hunting of man, and those who have hunted armed men long enough and liked it never care for anything else thereafter. It's not glorifying violence, rather it's exposing the dark truth about what war can do to a person's mind. Those who fight long enough and begin to like it may lose their connection to civilian life, finding it hard to adjust, empathize, or feel normal again. This often shows up in real life as PTSD, detachment, or a permanent shift in how a person sees the world. This is a grim reminder of how war changes people, not just physically but psychologically, and how once someone has lived in that extreme primal space, they may never fully return to who they were before. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Is a powerful warning about the destructive potential of modern warfare, especially nuclear war. It suggests that if humanity ever engages in a third world war with advanced, highly destructive weapons, civilization as we know it could be wiped out. The aftermath would be so devastating that the survivors would be forced to start over from scratch, fighting future wars with the most primitive tools, sticks and stones. It's a reminder of the fragility of human progress. Despite all our scientific and technological advancements, we still carry the potential to destroy ourselves. It speaks to the urgency of preventing large-scale war, promoting diplomacy, and respecting the power we now wield. Ultimately, it's not just a statement about war, it's a reflection on human responsibility. If we let our most powerful inventions be driven by hatred, ego, or fear, we risk undoing centuries of civilization in a single generation. Older men declare war, but it is the youth that must fight and die. This highlights the tragic disconnect between those who make the decisions to go to war, usually older political leaders and generals, and those who suffer the consequences, mostly young soldiers. In real life, it means that while the powerful debate strategies and ideologies from positions of safety, it is often teenagers and young adults who are sent to the front lines, risking or losing their lives for causes they didn't create. Unfair burden placed on youth, sacrificing their futures, their health, and sometimes their lives, for conflicts that may be driven by politics, power, greed, or historical grudges. The young rarely have a voice in these decisions, yet they pay the highest price. This is a call to remember the human cost of war, not in abstract numbers, but in the lives of young people who might have had full futures ahead of them. It also challenges societies to think critically about who benefits from war and who bears the pain. It is forbidden to kill. Therefore, all murderers are punished unless they kill in large numbers and to the sound of trumpets. This is how society often applies double standards to violence. It points out the hypocrisy. When an individual kills, it's called murder and is condemned and punished. But when states or leaders wage war, killing thousands or even millions, it's often celebrated as patriotic, noble, or necessary, especially when accompanied by national symbols, parades, and justifying rhetoric. Is seen when acts of mass violence committed during war are framed as heroic, while the same acts done by individuals are considered criminal. It questions how legality and morality shift depending on scale and authority. A single killing may lead to prison, while mass killings in war can lead to medals and memorials. It reminds us that just because something is legal or celebrated doesn't mean it's right. In peace, sons bury their fathers. In war, fathers bury their sons. The deep tragedy and unnatural reversal caused by war. In peaceful times, life follows its expected course. Parents grow old and are eventually laid to rest by their children. But in war, that natural order is shattered. Young men and women die before their time, and it is their parents who must endure the unbearable grief of burying their children.